America's creepiest urban legend. The Goatman.
Everyone, settle in, because we are about to dive into a story that's been haunting the streets of Detroit for over 300 years. It's a tale about a curse, a city, and this tiny, terrifying creature that might just be its oldest and meanest resident. This is a legend of Detroit's Red Devil. So think about this for a second. What if this city's biggest disasters, I'm talking fires, battles, riots, what if you could trace them all back to one single creature? A phantom that just shows up right before things go sideways, a little red omen of total doom. Who is this thing that's so wrapped up in the very soul of the Motor City? Well, it definitely has a name. Around here, everyone knows him as the Nain Rouge. And for centuries, if you saw him, you knew one thing for sure. Something really, really bad was on its way. He is Detroit's personal harbinger of doom. So what does Nain Rouge even mean? Well, it's French, and it translates literally to Red Dwarf. Now, in the local folklore, he's basically a type of hobgoblin, or what they'd call a lutin. But, unlike some tricky little spirits, this guy's got a one-track mind, and it's pretty sinister. When he appears, it is a direct warning that a catastrophe is about to hit. And let me tell you, this is not some cute, friendly little gnome from a fairy tale. No way. The old accounts paint a seriously chilling picture. Just try to imagine it. Small creature, kind of looks like a child, but it's got these blazing red eyes and this awful grin packed with rotting teeth. I mean, that's an image that's designed to stick with you, right? A truly creepy sight. So where did all this start? Well, to figure that out, we have to rewind the clock, like all the way back to the very beginning of Detroit and its founder, a pretty ambitious and, you could say, arrogant guy named Antoine Delamotte Cadillac. This is where the whole legend really kicks off. Okay, so the story goes like this. It's 1701, and Cadillac has just founded the fort that would become Detroit. A fortune teller pulls him aside and warns him about the Nain Rouge, saying, hey, you gotta show this little guy some respect. But Cadillac? But he's a man of status. He just laughs the whole thing off. Big mistake. Not long after, he's walking down a path and boom, there he is, the Red Dwarf. And instead of playing nice, Cadillac yells at him and whacks him with his cane. The creature disappears, but not before slapping a curse on him. And the consequences? They were fast. Cadillac's luck just tanked. He lost his entire fortune and eventually died pretty much forgotten back in France. Now, you'd think that would be the end of it, right? Just some personal beef between a guy and a goblin. But nope. Cadillac's downfall was just the opening act. The Nain Rouge became this recurring nightmare for the entire city. His appearances started to mark some of the absolute darkest moments in Detroit's history. And this pattern of sightings, it just keeps popping up all through history. In 1763, people said they saw the creature right before the terrible Battle of Bloody Run. Then, in 1805, a resident swore they saw it scrambling through the streets just before the Great Fire burned almost the entire city to the ground. Fast forward to 1812, General William Hull claimed the Nain Rouge's appearance totally unnerved him right before he surrendered Detroit without even putting up a fight. And get this, as recently as 1967, a couple of utility workers reported seeing a small red figure just hours before the infamous riot started. It's a seriously spooky pattern. Okay, so all these tragedies lined up one after another, it builds a really powerful myth, doesn't it? But we have to put on our historian hats for a minute and ask, what's really going on here? Is there actually a supernatural imp cursing the city? Or is there something else happening? It's time to unpack this legend and see what the historical record has to say. And this is where you can really see how folklore works. The legend claims Cadillac was ruined by a curse. Well, history shows he was actually recalled to France to face charges of corruption and abusing his power. The legend says General Hull was scared off by an imp. The reality? His army was outsmarted and he was terrified of a massacre of the city's civilians. The Nain Rouge becomes this perfect explanation, a simple scapegoat for very human mistakes and complicated historical events. So here's the key takeaway. Myths like the Nain Rouge often pop up for a very human reason. They take these complex, messy, sometimes just plain embarrassing moments from history, like having a corrupt governor or a general who surrenders, and they boil them down into something way simpler. It's just easier to blame bad luck or some evil spirit than it is to face up to our own failures. But wait, the story doesn't just end there, collecting dust in some old history book. Oh no, this is Detroit we're talking about. In a move that is so perfectly Detroit, the city has taken this terrifying old legend and completely flipped it on its head. Today, the Nine Rouge has a totally new job, all thanks to this one-of-a-kind annual party. Yeah, back in 2010, the people of Detroit basically decided, you know what? We're done being scared of this thing. And so they created a brand new tradition, the Marche du Nain. That's French for the March of the Red Dwarf. It was this incredibly bold way to take back their own story. And this is no sad, scary event. It's a huge, colorful Mardi Gras-style parade. Seriously, thousands of people show up in amazing costumes. The name Rouge is there, of course, as a costume character, but now he stands for all the city's problems, blight, corruption, whatever challenges Detroit is dealing with that year. And the whole point of the parade is for everyone to get together and literally symbolically chase him out of town. It's their way of saying we're in charge of our own future. I mean, that is just such a powerful transformation. The creature that used to represent unavoidable doom is now the symbol of everything the city is determined to beat. He's still a scapegoat, sure, but now he's one that the people of Detroit can face down and kick out together. They've turned a symbol of fear into this amazing symbol of resilience and city pride. And that kind of leaves us with one last thing to think about. Is the Nain Rouge just a simple villain that needs to be chased away every spring? Or has he become something more? Maybe it's actually a necessary reminder that, yeah, tough times are part of any city's story, and that real strength doesn't come from avoiding disaster, but from the resilience you build when you face it head on.
Like and subscribe to learn more about mysteries of the past. Share now.